The best ways to farm XP in the Division 2. Now, this is a common topic within videos and just within players in the Division community because some players, they might not have as much time to play, so they need to find the most efficient way to farm, not only for gear, but also for levels. Now, this is all going to be for shade levels, your shade watch. So I will show you different methods of getting the XP. I'll show you different times, different amounts, and we will go from there. But at the end of the video, you'll know exactly which XP farm you need to do and why. Here we go. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, so sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below, and finally, shout out where you're from. It's cool to see where everyone is from, but the best ways of farming XP and why, let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, the reason why I am making this video is because right now in the game, we have a triple XP event. And everyone is wondering what is the fastest way of getting XP because it's all tripled right now. So the amount is only tripled for 1,000 levels. And then once you do that, you will also get an exotic cache for completing it. Now, I'm only 185 out of 1,000, so let me know how far you are into this event for this week. Now, it's only live for another 2.5 days or so of me making this video. Now, the number one way of getting XP would be compounding XP on top of each other. For example, you would want to do priority objectives. Now, first, we're going to talk about priority objectives and how you could, take full advantage of this. But then I'm going to show you 3 different methods of getting XP and explain why each of them have their own advantages and disadvantages. But first, priority objectives, because remember, all of your XP is tripled. So if you were to find an activity just like this with XP as a reward, you can see right here, by doing 3 floors of Summit, I will then get 300,000 XP. Now that's going to be tripled, and that's going to end up being more towards, 9.7, 9.8 million XP when everything's said and done. And that's on top of all the other XP that you get. Now, if you were to do the priority objectives, I highly recommend you just stick to the missions and the strongholds, because those will give you the biggest amount of XP. So let's see if we can find one really quick. Oh, look at that right there. So I just found a stronghold priority objective with XP as the bottom attribute, or for the bottom reward. And it says right here, wow, dude, 1.4 million XP for completing Roosevelt Island. And that will be times by 3. So then we're getting 4.2 million XP on top of doing the mission. So that's 4.2 million XP on top of, let me see here. So doing normal, just heroic, so that's another 700K times 3. So that's another 2.1 million XP on top of the 4.2 million that you're going to be getting. That's ridiculous. So obviously, the number one way would be priority objectives. And the number one priority objective would be your strongholds. That way, you get the most out of it, and it is all tripled. Not only that, but while you're doing the stronghold, you will get kill XP as well. So you're getting kill XP, you're getting mission completion XP, and you're getting priority objective XP all at the same time. And that's why this is by far the number one way. Okay? So with priority objectives, focus on the missions or strongholds, and if you can, just do the strongholds with the XP as a reward. It will be the most, bang for your buck. Now let's talk about the other 3 options that I typically do even without priority objectives. So each of these are going to be different times with different values, okay? So the first one is going to be conflict PvP. So conflict PvP is exactly what it sounds like. It's PvP. Now it's typically 4v4 PvP and you can play different game modes. However, the fastest game mode would be skirmish. And skirmish is typically done, between 5 and 10 minutes. But if you were to play out the game fully, it would be pretty much a 12-minute game. Now, with that being said, you would typically get somewhere around 4 to 7 million XP playing that game mode. And that's what, like I just said, within every 10 minutes or so. So right around, 5 million on average every 10 minutes. So about 2 million every minute. It's all right. Now the next one would be your control points. So doing a control point would garner you the same XP as that stronghold that I showed you earlier. So doing a control point would give you 2.1 million XP right now. And then you could easily just go to reset control points and redo the same control point over and over and over. So if you have a favorite control point or a certain control point you can do within seconds or, even a minute, you could easily just do that, reset control points, and just rinse and repeat as many times as you possibly can. Now, there are no priority objectives for control points, so that would just be your own farm you would do on your own. So we have conflict PvP, which is typically around 10 minutes or so, around 5 million XP. We would have the control points, which would give you around 2.1 million XP, but would only take maybe 5-7 minutes total. And then finally, you would have your public executions. So your public executions are the number one way of getting XP in the game, pretty much no matter what. The reason for that is the time it takes to complete. You really just have to run up to a public execution, clear out the enemies, and it will be one wave of enemies after. And that's it. It's really that simple. So you run up on enemies, you take them out, another spawn comes, you take them out, you're done. Bada bing, bada boom. I typically do a priority objective within, 60 seconds, if that, because it's really that quick. As soon as you run up on the enemies and take them out, it's typically around 4 enemies or so, maybe 5. And then you'll have one other spawn of 4, maybe 5 enemies, and that's it. So doing the public executions will give you around 1.3, 1.4 million XP. So that's within, a minute. So a minute or so to get over 1 million, about 5 minutes or so to get 2 million, or about 10 minutes or so to get another 5 million. I mean, that, it is what it is. Now, if you were to do the priority objective route, right? So say you just want to do the priority objectives with the strongholds. This would be your best bet for overall XP. Because if I were to get priority objectives over and over and over with XP as the reward and it being a stronghold, I could skyrocket my levels without even thinking, because not only can you matchmake these strongholds, you can call for backup, do all sorts of things, and as long as you have these priority objectives, you're good to go, truly. But if you are not doing the priority objectives, I would highly, highly recommend doing the public executions until your eyes bleed. I'm just playing. Don't do that. That would hurt your eyes. Come on. But no, for real, focus on the public executions. Those are the number one way of farming in the game. Doesn't matter if you're on hard, challenging, or heroic. They all scale similar. So, in my opinion, I typically do conflict PvP just because that's, what I do. I typically win quite a number of games, so I get the winning XP, I get the triple XP, I also get the seasonal XP, all of the above. It's a lot of fun. I have quite a bit of fun with it. The control points I don't typically do right now for farming because that's what we do for the retaliations. So I don't want to get burnt out on the control points. So if I were to give you my top 3 ways of farming, I would say with priority objectives, do the strongholds. Without the priority objectives, do either conflict PvP or public executions. And if you can find the priority objectives for those with XP as the bonus, that's even better. But hey, Let me know what you think in the comment section below. How are you farming XP right now? And how far along are you during this triple XP event? I'm Kamikazevondoom. I'm going to show you gameplay of me doing all of those different sources. That way you can see the XP live. But that's it for me. Roll the footage. Have a nice day. Peace out. Oh yeah. Yeah. As we wind down in skirmish, let's check out the XP. Oh, jeez. Yeah, they're fighting out the last few seconds, but there we go. All right. So here is skirmish. I'm going to try to play one of each to show you, but skirmish typically takes the least amount of time, so that's why I want to show you this game mode and the XP that you would typically get. Because skirmish being the quickest of the game modes, anyone can just matchmake into conflict and play this game mode and get XP. Now, win or lose, you still get XP. Now, for the conflict levels, you have to win. For the seasonal levels, you have to win. But for just normal XP, you don't have to win. You still get XP, win or lose. And right now, it is triple the XP. So as soon as it shows the podium, I can show you the XP on this one. Come on. You know, if you were to, take a shot of water or something every time I say XP in today's video, you'd probably be very well hydrated. Just saying, I'm just saying. Yo, it's taking forever. There we go. Hey, MVP, let's go. That's not really the point, but here we go. This is a game of skirmish right now. And I just got 5 million XP. And that's within 10 minutes or so. I think the longest you can do a skirmish game is like 12 minutes. And yeah, there you go. 5 million XP. All right, we just did a control point. Just got 2.1 million XP. And that only took a few minutes. That was really quick, actually. So 2.1 million XP per control point. And I could easily do 2 of these for every skirmish game, maybe even 3. I mean, this goes pretty quick. Depending on what control point you do, you could easily just redo the control point and then go to reset control points, do it again, do it again, do it again. I mean, that's really not a bad gig at all. This is pretty good. 2.1 million per control point. And that's heroic 4 directives. So you could bump it up to 5 directives, but I think this is good enough. But let's see. So we did the conflict. We did a control point. Now let's jump over to some open world activities. Now, the fastest by far will be your public executions. I'm rolling up on one right now, and again, this is heroic with 4 directives. We have done the longer form being conflict. That's about 10 minutes, maybe 12 if you run the whole thing out. Then you have your control points you can easily do within 5 minutes or so. And then you have these public executions. So let me run over here and I'll show you exactly how quick these public executions go. I know that I had to run quite a ways, but it'll be worth it. Alright, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, run! Spawn of enemies.
Incoming
Where they at?
hostiles detected.
Where they at?
Hell yes.
Where they at? I know that's not it. I love how the one time I do a public execution, they're like glitched out. Where are they at? For real though. Oh, I see him. I see. He's on the boat. Yo, how far away did they spawn? They're all the way out on the boat.
Someone, give me another plate.
System.
Yeah, they're all the way over here. Very odd. Yeah, they're spawning way over here. Very interesting.
Over there. They're coming at us from cover.
Staying on the boat. I'm on a boat. And that's it. It's just one group of enemies, and then one wave, and you're done. I mean, even with me rolling up on it, explaining it and everything, that was 2 minutes. I mean, pretty damn quick. You can do those within seconds. And that's 1.3 million XP. Remember, the control point was 2.1. So you can actually knock out a lot of these in such a short amount of time. Here's another one right there. That you don't even need the control points. So in my opinion, and obviously, just by doing the math, if you go and search for all of your public executions, that would be your best bet. That's your fastest and easiest way of getting XP. Followed by control points. Just reset your favorite control point over and over, and that's a great way of farming XP. And then, of course, like I typically do, conflict XP through the conflict PvP game mode. That way you get, somewhere between 4 and 7 million XP per match, depending on whichever game mode you do. I mean, it's really not that bad at all. It's a lot of fun. But for time-sensitive players, public executions all day. Knock them out as fast as you can until your eyes bleed, and you'll be quite shocked at the amount of levels you will gain. And just a reminder, this triple XP event is only available for another 2 days. And it is for 1,000 levels. I'm only 185 levels in. Let me know how far you're in this triple XP event. But those are the best ways to farm right now to get normal XP. I hope you enjoy. Happy farming. I'm Kamikazevondoom. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.